Hello, everybody. David Taylor, you're a piece of shit. Michelle Brennan, you're a piece of shit too. You're just as bad as David. You're tied up in this mess with him as well. What I wanted to get at today, guys, after watching another YouTube channel called Profiling Evil, there's a really good bit is a cult recruiting you, understanding cult tactics with Rick Ross. And no, not the Rick Ross the rapper. I watched this whole broadcast, and it hit on every point about David. Basically, what they're talking about, if you want to bring a cult down, basically, you can't so much focus on the leader. You have to focus on the behavior of the leader. I asked in the chat, and I actually got a reply, which was real nice. At what point do authorities consider these cults? At what point do they start investigating? And his reply was, are they destructive? Are they coercive? Is there some kind of manipulation? Is there some kind of, maybe some kind of medical, people with medical issues? Not verbatim, but these were some of the topics that were brushed on. And basically everything that they said, I was answering the questions in my head, are you all of these? And everything they said, you fell under every single one, David. You're operating a full-blown cult, David. And the cognitive dissonance of some of these people, that was something else that was brought up. You guys will separate yourselves so far from the truth, you don't even know what reality is anymore. And that's, especially you, Joseph, you're a yes man. Your view from reality is a million miles away. You're David's yes man. You're living in a secular world, David, just like the rest of everybody. Joseph, LaMarcia, Ashley, and Michelle. You guys are all living in the secular world where you're actually worshiping David. Everybody says you guys don't worship David. If you take David out of the equation, who would you guys be worshiping? Answer that. Would you still be worshiping God? I don't think you guys would. You guys wouldn't know what to do if David was taken out of your equation. No doubt. I want to give a shout out to, I'm just getting off topic here, Lindy Cash, Will Calloway, D-Jack Reacts. Yeah, and the video that I posted recently about the glory dust. This is beyond anything that I could imagine, that people are saying, oh, this is glory dust from when I was at this crusade and it was so magical, and look at all this residue on my dress, it's so glorious, it's from the Lord. I don't understand why there's not legislation against these things. Again, also something that was brought up in this chat was that if these people are there voluntarily, then there's nothing that can really be done about it. But again, this cult is very destructive. It's destroyed families. It's destroyed people's finances. It's still destroying families. It's still going to destroy families until David's brought to justice. And this is where this has to become a collective effort, because no one person can do this because of what you're dealing with. It has to be a collective effort. People have to file suits against him. Not suits, but people have to file reports against him. Again, David, if you can run the scam, I can report it. I'm a tax-paying citizen. If you're running an IRS scam, I have every right to report it. And it's not RIS, it's IRS, stupid ass, okay? From your deposition, the RIS, it's the IRS, not the other way around. So, sorry, I lost my train of thought there. Anybody can report fraud if they know it's being done. if they know it's happening. Any taxpaying citizen can report fraud. I've already reported him, but I can't. It can't just be me. It has to be more people. And then another thing I wanted to get into tonight was somebody, apostle of the residential center, St. Louis. I love your comments, man. You always hit, dude. You hit a spot on everything. So I'm going to go ahead and read one of the comments you put in here tonight about his miracle of convoys, which I've also been keeping a close track on, which we know is not going to happen. And here it is. Let's see here. So me and Apostle of this residential center, St. Louis, talking about this big ass stage that you had built that you're gonna. What I saw, you said you're gonna take her to other countries. You're gonna put that thing on a plane. You might as well get your own fucking private like C5 or some shit like that, because that's a huge. Dude, you're so dumb, David. I can't believe you fucking do this shit. Right. Okay, and this stage is 5-story stalls, and this is Apostle of the Residential Center, St. Louis. And it will be 5 stories tall, so it will not fit into most hockey rinks. They have no idea what the cost of hiring drivers, insurance, handling this, moving it, hiring union labor. So the Convoy of Miracles infomercial was another misleading way to raise money. They showed those same trailers to be made into a kitchen, medical, barbershop, etc. These trailers cannot haul a display and serve another purpose. That display cannot get wet. They need the trailers for storage, so they lied to their followers all along. They needed them to transport this huge display, which right now is only being used in one city, Orlando, a year from now. Why would they not have it stored and save the money to see if they even could make a go at this? You're taking a well over $1 million to build and haul a display that so far has a one-time use. Nice use of offering money, David. Especially during COVID. Who is watching the funds of this church and how they are being spent? No financial person, legit church board would approve this display for a one-time show. If everyone donated $20 and if they had 20,000 show up, that's $400,000 in offerings. That doesn't even cover the rental, union fees, hauling, hotels, etc. So it's already upside down. Heck, let's say that they donate $25 each at 20,000, 500,000 still upside down. Is a black hole they would never get out of financially, and then he wants to build a 100,000 seat stadium and travel the world. Who is paying for this, and where is the money coming from? I truly feel for the members too lost to find a way out. This is true, man. Like, David, the lies you're spreading to your believers, man, to your followers, are just beyond delusional, man. Beyond delusional. Your Convoy of Miracles isn't happening. It's really not. Convoy of Miracles isn't happening. That was never going to happen. What's actually happening is you actually have ordinance violations because those trailers are sitting in your Taylor, Michigan parking lot, just sitting there. There's ordinance tickets against them because I think they're showing as non-licensed, non-registered, vehicles just parked, that they've been there for too long. So I know there's ordinance violations against them. And I know, trust me, because I've seen the tickets. So again, Convoy of Miracles isn't happening. That's all a lie. Another thing I wanted to point out is if you guys have seen that video of them baptizing people in the River Jordan, when none of them are ordained ministers or preachers or priests, have any kind of theology experience, college courses, anything of that sort. That's some weird cultish shit. Really is. They're all dressed out there in their white robes like that. Sorry, that's too much for me. That is beyond like cultish for you guys to do that when you're not ordained, when you're not ministers. Take David out of the equation, everybody. Take David out of the equation. Who would they continue to worship, you think? David? Absolutely, yes. Because he's the all-seeing eye, the prophet. Again, all the things that came up in that podcast the other night, David, or that video about, are you being recruited by a cult? You should watch it. You should watch it. Give that guy the views. It was awesome. I couldn't believe what I was hearing because it was everything, all the questions that I pretty much needed answered about you and your mentality and your antics, the way you function. So this is overall how we have to get him. We can't focus on him as the person. We have to focus on the behavior. The behavior is there by a fucking long shot. By a long shot, guys. We know the behavior is there. So if we can focus on the behavior and not so much the leader of the cult, we have to expose the behavior of the cult. If you can understand that. I'm pretty sure all you guys can. I have no doubt. We're all in this together here trying to figure this out and bring this guy down. This is just what these guys were telling me on the Profiling Evil channel, which was awesome. It really was. The video was badass, man. I was glued to it because everything they were talking about is everything that we as a group have seen within this cult operate. We've seen abuse, we've seen the coercion, we've seen it all. We've had people come forward and tell us their stories, So we know it's a cult. So what we have to focus on now is the behavior. The behavior of the cult. When it's destructive, can we consider his cult destructive? Absolutely. Is it destructive to families' lives? Absolutely, no doubt. Has he destroyed families' lives? Absolutely. Is he destructive financially? Absolutely, because he's filing fraud IRS for taxes. Is he destructive with finances with other people? Absolutely, because he's manipulating mentally ill people out of money. So, okay, is he destructive that way? Fuck yes. Is he destructive with people's, like say, spiritual health? Absolutely. Fuck yeah. That could be considered destructive, no doubt. When you manipulate somebody spiritually and you reach into their soul and you take shit from them like that, David, that is destructive behavior, no doubt. Because now what you're doing is you're causing mental anguish on these people. You're causing them to question their faith. That's destructive in its own. To cause somebody to question their own faith, that's destructive behavior in itself, David. You, David, are a destructive person. You're destructive. You destroy people's lives. That's all you're good at. That's all you're good at. You're a soul raper, a destroyer of lives. And that's gonna be your legacy, David. It's not much of a legacy, if you want to call it that, but you're gonna be known as the destroyer of lives. I'm gonna trademark that name and put it on my channel now. You do, David. You destroy people's lives. We're here to expose it. I'm gonna keep exposing you. And the more information I get, the more I'm gonna put out about you. Again, you've been quiet, which is real nice because we don't want you to operate anywhere, David. That's our whole goal here, is to keep you off social media. We don't want you to operate anywhere. We don't want you spreading your lies, your manipulation, brainwashing people. And I almost want to play a game too. Where in the world is David Taylor? But I'm pretty sure I know where you're at. But I've had a lot of people question, where could he be? Some people thought you could be overseas, maybe that you've already bailed out and got all the last bit of money that you can and run. But I don't think you have, because the last piece of information I put out on a thread you took down about, yeah. So I don't think you left, because if you were to dodge the courts now, the judge would just put a warrant out on you. So if you were to dodge court now and say you tried to bail out on your next court case when you actually have to go to a jury trial and face the judge and jury, if you try to bail out on that, you're going to be awarded the court. They're going to put a bench warrant out for you. So it's you leave the country, the next time you come back in, they're going to know. They'll have agents waiting at the gate for you, basically. So try and run from your court case. That's what'll happen. And then, your lavish lifestyle, David, give it up, dude. You're running around. We know you are. You can't stay in one place for long. That's how erratic you are. I know you're not at the mansion. I know that for sure. But I know the other address where you're at. So just be aware. I told you, David, I have eyes on you everywhere, man. I'm gonna keep on until you're in jail, dude. That's where you belong, is in jail. I think that's pretty much gonna be it for now, guys. David's been real quiet, which is nice. You know, a lot of the videos that are coming out now, he's got a bunch of other channels. He has several other channels now. There's one called JMMI that he's been putting new videos out on, and it's just all old bullshit, really. It really is. There's nothing new. And again, David's followers, why don't you guys question where he's at? Have you guys seen him lately? When was the last time you put out a new video? You know? I would be questioning that up and down. Where's David at? Nobody's seen him. Saying he's been in the shutaway, but he's scared. David, you're scared. That's why you're hiding. You're not shut away. We know you're scared. Stay hiding. And there's another channel that we found too called Beja Florence. Pretty sure that's Michelle. It's spelled BASIA, capital B, and then Florence, capital FLORENCE. She says it's not Michelle, but I'm pretty sure that it's Michelle. The spelling, all the stuff that she says, it equals Michelle. So if you guys want to go on that channel and check it out and see what she says. She's only got 3 subscribers, but this channel could be fake. So, description: God is love, joined July 27th, 2012. And we know Michelle started JMMI around 2012, 2013. Anyways, guys, I just want to do kind of a quick update. You know, again, David's been quiet, so again, our work is going to be quiet. But the more information I get, you know, that I can release, the more I will. But for now, it's gonna be kind of quiet because David's not doing anything. So, and that's fine by me. Again, David, stay hiding, stay running, stay hiding. Don't put out any new information. Don't be out on Zoom. Anything. We're all gonna be there. So, you guys, safe evening. Stay safe. I hope everybody's feeling well. Any questions, comments, concerns, guys, leave them below. And subscribe to my channel too. Help us bring this piece of shit down, man. The more people behind this, the better. And again, after this, I plan on moving on to the next one. Who's the next piece of shit we can find? Who's the next David Taylor? Anybody got any questions about that one? Let's, you know, I'm all open ears after that. You guys stay safe.